Hey, Taylor, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, no, thank you for coming onto the show, man. It's great. You know, I was scrolling TikTok when I found the Dynasty Dudes CFB channel, and my first thought was, "What the hell is this?" And I was really entertained by it, and so I started watching the videos, and I immediately reached out to you, like, "Hey, I have this podcast, and you guys really would fit like what we're trying to do." So tell us a little bit about Dynasty Dudes.
Yeah, man. I love that you appreciate the content, and thanks for the shout out there. It's it's six of us from college. I went to University of Redlands in Southern California. And we have been into playing dynasties of all sorts. Like we had a baseball one going for a while. We did, NBA 2K. We've done Madden, but really like the core love for all of us was always college football. And so crazy nights in the fraternity house, we'd take over a whole room and all crash in the same room after playing, multiple dynasty seasons on end. And then we all graduated, and the first year out was 2014. So we kept the dynasty going for a year then. And then obviously it died. The whole Ed O'Bannon stuff game went away for 10 years. So now we're all married, kids, live all over the country. But when they brought back the game for 25, I texted the boys and I'm like, guys, like we got to get this back together again, right?
The band's getting back together. Yep.
Yeah. So I think out of 8 of us, 6 of us agreed to do it. All bought new Xboxes, bought the game, decided to bring it back. And it really reunited and reconnected our friend group in a really deep and interesting way. Like I text the boys probably 30, 40 times a day at this point. And that splintered into really writing press conferences.
Nice.
The most ridiculous and wild storylines you could think of, like just to mess with each other, right? But using ChatGPT and whatever else, like we developed these insane storylines. So what you saw on TikTok was for year 2, one of our guys was basically threw the proposal out, like, hey, we can't use our real names anymore. Like, we got to take this to the next level.
My boss called me, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly right.
This may wind up in court, and I can't have that. Yeah.
Well, especially like one of our guys, his character in the Dynasty is another one of our real life friends from college. So we're like, dude, you got to change this.
Oh my God.
That's great.
Identity theft here.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. But so I ran my own consulting shop for 2 years. And so I had a bunch of free time. And so what you've probably seen the most of is this like faux all or nothing documentary I did around my character, Sandy Pockets. And it got to the point where it was a buddy of ours' wives at a wedding was like, you guys are putting so much time into this. Like, you have to kind of share this with the world. Like, it's interesting and it's fun and it's cool. Like, but doing it for each other seems like such a waste. Like, at least create an Instagram account or something and throw it up there. Mm-hmm. So that night, the Dynasty Dudes were born. And so we're very new to the content game, but we're having a lot of fun with it. I think that's ultimately what makes it so fun to share it's just 6 buddies from college and messing with each other and creating the dumbest and wildest things we can.
Right. It's fun to
and
do.
A lot of times leads something fun.
And so that makes it, it takes some of the work out of it because you're having fun doing it. And when Anthony found you guys, and then he sent the link to me, and as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh, dude, these guys are right in our wheelhouse.
Oh, yeah,
this is absolutely our kind of content. Because we did kind of the same thing. I mean, the Scafacciverse broadly is us creating stories around playing the video game. But even back in the olden days, when we were doing fantasy football and like doing the scores by hand, I would write a newsletter every week with breakdowns of the games and, what happened and talking a bunch of trash. And dude, those were good times.
Yeah. Well, and it's like with the Dynasty Dudes, you said it was 8, now it's 6. Okay. Right. So, the 6 that are in it, they all have their own character that they came up with, right? And like kind of their MO and who they are. And that part of it to me is what makes it so great, is that they're all equally like into it together.
Yeah, tell us about some of the characters.
It was such a good suggestion from my buddy Sheldon, right? Of like, we can really take this to the new level if we don't use our real identities, right? Because you can really craft these storylines and be as ridiculous as you want when it's not you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so tell the listeners a little bit about like Sandy Pockets.
So Sandy's amazing. I was really struggling with I'm creative in like non-traditional ways, call it. So I was struggling with how to create this persona. And we were on vacation in Mexico. So I actually missed like the release week of the game last year. Took my wife down there for our family, our 2 kids. And we're down there for 10 days. And my son, long day at the beach, like passes out, takes a nap, and I'm lying next to him in bed. And he wakes up, and the bed is just full of sand. And I'm like, dude, where did all this sand come from, right? And he looks at me completely deadpan and goes, my pocket.
Yeah.
And like, my wife and I burst out laughing, and it was this funny moment. And like, for whatever it was, clicked in that moment. I was like, dude, Sandy Pockets is a phenomenal
name.
Yeah, it's a really good name.
And I think what makes Sandy so fun, and the reason I've been able to go so deep with him, is he really is a dramatized version of me.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I'm a crazy tiki aficionado. I'm a avid home bartender. Like, my ideal vacation is somewhere by the beach. So this idea of this like washed up community college beach bum, like former fishing boat captain of a football coach, allowed me to be wild and weird. And then like I've created 3 cocktail recipe books after he wins championships. And, like, it's splintered into a very fun place. But yeah, Sandy's probably the most fun I've ever had playing a video game.
Dude,
because it allows me that creative outlet to just come up with stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, sure.
That's where, for us playing NCAA 14 for 10 years and have to keep it interesting, that's the road that we went down. And for both of us, it led to actual novels.
Yeah, I wrote an entire novel
out of the game because, I've got this character and I'm telling this story every week. And like, dude, I'm telling a story every week. We can do something with this.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is the creativity part of it is what I'm really into, because it just adds whole layers to like whatever you're doing, whatever part of the game you're playing, having this kind of story to tell, even if you're just telling your buddies, hey, this is what I was doing and this is what's going on. And the fact that like, they're laughing over the phone or in an email or whatever, and you have these back and forth through text. And everybody's just having such a good time.
Yeah.
And so go ahead.
Tell us about another character besides Sandy Pockets.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. So my buddy Tom, who was my, which again, like we've had to clean up some like IP issues. Like Matt Foley, if you remember, is
yeah, right. Lives in a van down by the river. Yes. Hey, you're cutting out a little bit. Go ahead and cut off your video for now, and then we'll see if that clears it up. All right, there we go. Okay, so
my wife and I both work from home.
That's fine. That's fine. All right, so to go back just a little bit, Matt Foley, you said is one of the characters, and that's based on the Chris Farley character who lives in a van down by the river.
Yep, fat guy in a little coat, living in a van down by the river. Like, so he originally wanted to be Tommy Callahan because he was a Mac team.
Dude, that's
and for
great.
whatever reason, like again, like weird things with the game, like it wouldn't let you put Tommy Callahan in the game.
Yeah. Okay.
Tommy Boy.
Yeah.
And so he created Matt Foley, which became a funny sort of like very high energy character. I mentioned earlier, like one of our guys has a real life person as his character,
right?
And run the gamut. My biggest rival in the game is my real life buddy Julio, who's probably the best of us, to be honest. Like I won more championships than him, so I'll rub that in public. But he is by far the best of us. His character is a throwback to his last year in 2014. He was Houston, and he had this recruit, David Pilland, who won a Heisman Trophy and national championship and all that. So he decided to recreate David 2014 and some synergy there. Mm-hmm. So it runs all over the place, of completely fictional, made up and over dramatized to shades of real life. But yeah, it's been fun.
Okay, so one of the things that I think that sets you guys apart is your use of AI to make videos. So it's kind of like watching a TV show. And, you mentioned ChatGPT, and you guys are like spending hard money on these coins. How hard is it to make a video?
I've tried a couple different tools now to clean this up, but my process right now, like the way I made All or Nothing, is ChatGPT would help me write the script. And I would edit a lot of it, obviously, based on the story that I wanted to tell. And then I would use a separate ChatGPT thread to render the images. So basically create me the background, create me like the central theme, if you will. And then I throw it into Grok, because Grok has unlimited animation credits.
Wow.
So say, hey, make me a 10-second video starting from this scene that covers this. There's a website called artlist.io that I do all the voiceovers, like the voice you hear behind All or Nothing is a voiceover from Artlist. I was using one called 11 Labs for a while to do some of the character voices. That's
oh my God.
In episode 2, one of the most fun ones I did was I did a deep fake voice of Tony Kornheiser and Michael Bonacini.
That's awesome.
And so I actually recorded my TV of those shows and then plugged it into this like AI deepfake voice software to recreate them talking about Sandy. And then there's a really cool tool called Descript that is a like AI powered video editor. So I take all these 10-second clips, I stitch them together, I layer on audio, and it's absolutely a labor of love. I'd say each one of those like 6 to 10 minute episodes takes me about 20 to 30 hours.
Holy crap!
Wow.
Okay, so we asked this question a lot of, you're married, obviously, right?
Yeah.
And so your wife has got to be like, what in the hell are you doing? With this 20 to 30 hours, but you're like, hey babe, look at this 4-minute video I made.
Yeah. How does that go over?
Not great, as you can probably imagine.
So good.
She's generally supportive of Dynasty dudes. She's like, look, I'll get fully on your side if you guys ever start making money from this.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, it was, I was not a super popular guy the day that it was at that same wedding. They go, God, how long did it take you to make this? I said, 20, 30 hours. And
Oh my God.
Dude, Taylor, that is so amazing.
That's great.
Oh, I love that for you. I really do.
I think he's given me a Dynasty idea, like with the deep fakes and everything. I think I'm going to create a Dynasty where the head coach is Jennifer Love Hewitt circa 2002. Most of the action takes place off the field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you guys have been playing for a long time. You mentioned that your buddy Julio is kind of like maybe the best player, but you've won the most championships. How many seasons have you guys played, as a unit now?
So both 25 and 26, we made it through 9.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, we advance. We probably do a season every month or two. We originally, when the game came out, fixed on like Wednesdays and Saturdays to advance the league. Although again, it's like sort of consumed a lot of our lives now. So we're like, we advanced 2 full weeks last night. And so we're moving a little faster than we had, but remarkably consistent through 9 seasons in both games so far.
Has Netflix or Hulu reached out to you yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Although,
okay. Yep.
One of the things that really drove last year was the game kickoff week. We rented a house in Scottsdale.
Oh my God.
And created like Dynasty House, right? Of all we did was jump in the pool, go play beer pong, and whoever's up, go play your game.
God damn, you're living the dream, dude.
I know. Maybe we need to get into this.
Yeah.
So how much content creating support are the other members of the league providing you? Are they also making videos, or is it just kind of you taking everything for the week and putting it together?
So far, it's been all me. And we have talked about like, hey, if we actually want to do this, right, and like create this little empire, especially across multiple platforms, like, again, we're still early in our journey, but talking about, hey, ideally everyone has a face cam when they stream their game and they're providing content and commentary that I can then clip and turn into something, right? Like we don't have that right now. We stream every game live, but there's no like real visual feedback. And so that's probably next step for us is like, let's invest a little bit in the infrastructure in microphones and lights and capture cards and things like that. Sheldon, who I mentioned earlier, who was the guy behind the character idea, has helped a lot with some of the Instagram stuff, posting, hey, this game's going live. We added an amazing tool that I'll shout out here. Like it's called CFP Commissioner's Office.
Okay.
And you can find it live in our Discord. We also joined a Creators Dynasty this year, which I was shocked and excited to be invited to because we're so small and so new. But basically what they've created is a bot that lives in the Discord that posts real betting lines and allows you to like wager Discord coins on matchups. So like we're posting lines
that
now.
Sounds
like,
fun.
Yeah. So it's funny because I don't know if this is the same Creators Dynasty, but one of my friends, I mentioned being in a Creators Dynasty with a guy named Coco B. Cruton.
Yes.
So yeah, okay. So we're gonna have him on our show coming up in the near future as well. So you guys are all part of that same dynasty then?
Correct. Coco's been awesome, and the idea I mean, look, it's very much in the same vein of what you guys are doing, right? Hey, we're all smallish creators. I think the largest of us has like a 5,000 person following. I may be underselling someone, and if I am, I apologize. But it's, how do we learn from each other? And like, what content is interesting? What's compelling? You have a guy, Max plays CFB, that if you've watched his stuff is like deep into the analytics and analysis of the game mechanics and recruiting. Coco obviously goes really deep in recruiting. I'll probably butcher his name, but Abza is another guy who tests all the abilities.
Yeah, we've had him on our show as well. That's OBD. From
OBD.
Yeah, he's a Reddit guy that we already had him on our show because I came across his content and I was like, hey man, you have to come on my show because this is pretty amazing stuff. So yeah, I know he was in that Dynasty as well.
His stuff is great, and I think what makes it so interesting is we're all a little bit different in what we like to put out, which I'm super excited to learn from those guys and how they do things and sort of what content resonates and how do we all kind of support and grow each other's audience around
networking.
our shared love of the game.
That mutual support is key.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, and so before we brought you on the air, we were talking just very briefly, and it came up that you actually work for the Raiders organization. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I did. So ironically enough, my whole career has been in pro sports, and more ironically, it all stemmed from a video game. So when I was in high school, I was probably 15 years old, and like a lot of us was sort of an angsty teen. And my dad was really good friends with the head football coach at UC Davis, where I grew up. And he had retired, since retired, and he goes, "Hey, will you mentor my kid?" And so he used to come over at 3:00 on Wednesdays, and we sit and talk about life for an hour. And one day, I'll never forget this. He goes, "What would you be doing if I wasn't here right now?" I said, realistically, I'm playing video games, but I play college
teenager. Football. Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And so he goes, "Well, do it. Like, I just want to watch, right? Like, I want to sort of observe you and like what you would be doing right now, right?" So I sit down and start playing the game. And this was my thing as a kid, right? Like, I hated playing the games. I'd speed run through seasons.
Do all the ancillary stuff, the Dynasty stuff. Yeah.
Correct. Recruiting and Madden signing free agents and trading players and whatever else.
Yeah, yeah.
And his comment was, he was like, "I've never seen someone play a video game like this. Like, most people like to actually play the game.
Right.
You like to live in like the sort of
managerial stuff. Yeah.
And so that sparked, he's like, there's this whole world of people who do this for a living. And so that kind of became my sole focus. And so I was straight out of college. I started with the Sacramento Kings selling tickets.
Wow.
I moved to the Raiders in 2013, also in a ticket sales capacity. And over the course of 10 years, ended up leading our sales group, then moving into a strategy role, which ultimately afforded me the opportunity here to move to Las Vegas when the team moved. So I spent 5 years in Oakland, 5 in Vegas, built the stadium. Obviously with our whole team, didn't build it myself.
Sure.
But yeah, so my whole career's been in sports. I was with Formula One for a while, ended up running hospitality across 8 races across 6 countries for them, which was an amazing opportunity.
Dude,
but really what gave me the time to do this was I started a consulting company 2 years ago, which again, like ebbs and flows with as much as I wanted it to. So spending 20 or 30 hours a week on a video I could do with my consulting shop in a way that I couldn't have with the Raiders.
Right.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see the balance now. I just started a new job last week with an agency that is owned and operated by the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh, wow.
So the time to dedicate to content has shrunk dramatically.
Right.
But going to try to work nights and weekends, and again, probably tap some of the other guys to help me as we continue to grow Dynasty Dudes.
Yeah, I tell you, I have an eye for talent. I picked this one.
Look at that, dude.
Yeah, I was like, hey, this guy's got to hang out with us. So no, look, I am a big fan. Like I said, as soon as I found your stuff, I started subscribing to all your channels because I was like, I don't want to miss any of this because what these guys are doing is kind of, to me, that next level of content creation. It's taking what I used to do, and then now we're animating it, and now we're making like essentially a TV show. And I'm like, all right, if I spend $1,000 a month on Chat GPT coins and I could do all this, and then I could be divorced and that'll go that way.
I'll take it a step further because the series and the stuff that you're creating, it plays on that relationship that if you're lucky, you can relate to, like with Anthony and me and our circle of friends, like we've been friends going back to junior high school. And so this kind of long-term dynamic between all of you, like that hits close to home for me.
I love that. And it is like, so the season that I chose to make the documentary for was Sandy had just taken the job, leaving Florida State, where I won 3 championships in 4 years, to Michigan. And I went to grad school at Michigan. So there's like a deep emotional connection, and you'll see a lot of that in this episode 4 that talks about the history at Michigan, Sandy's home life, which again echoes a little bit of my own. But it's like telling these stories about the game, but by virtue of my real life, right? Like leaning into some of those themes.
Right.
And you'll see in my next character, Hayes McCall, this year, I'm getting absolutely smoked as defensive coordinator at Eastern Michigan. But he's like a barbecue restaurant owner / like Vegas sharp. So it's like sports betting and barbecue, which is, again, elements of my own personality.
That's cool, man.
All right. So why don't you tell our audience everywhere they can find you guys so they can tune in as well. And, this way that you guys can help, you guys can grow.
Oh, no, I love that. I really appreciate it. So we are Dynasty Dudes CFB across all of our channels. So right now, YouTube, TikTok is our biggest one, Instagram, and then Twitch. We're going to try to stream more of our games across my primary channel on Twitch to make it easy, because right now all 6 of us have our own unique Twitch thread. So I try to post that as many times as I can so you know where to find each coach and each character. But the easiest place to start, Dynasty Dude CFB.
All right, man. Well, Taylor, I want to thank you for coming on to our show. And we will definitely have you guys back on again and, find out where you guys are at now. And we look forward to seeing more of you guys in the future.
Amazing. You've motivated me to keep putting out more videos. So
Absolutely, man. All right.
Thank
Thank you, buddy.
Appreciate you guys.
Okay.